148 players in that tournament, and his third place finish earned him 116 grand.
Wow.
Nine, 7 of hearts for Troinovsky. Not going to play. 8-9 off for Shershikov, and that is a button race.
Happy to take a look out of position at the flop with the ace-4.
Ace, Queen, Jack. So top pair for Garvin.
Cheeky check back to the pre-flop aggressor.
Shershikov with the gut shot.
Now, I don't know whether Gavin plays this a bit harder now, gets a bit more aggressive, because we said this earlier on, there was a couple of hands when I was chatting with Joe, and Gavin played it in a very, like, just make a raise and take it down when you think you're ahead. A lot of opportunities to be outdrawn. Up against the pre-flop raiser. But he is just going to call, take another card.
The turn card is a deuce. Garvin now a 9-1 favourite. He checks for a second time. Oh, Shershikov. Double barreling. Or maybe not. The chips are not in play until he throws them in. Remember, the blacks are the big ones now. 100k apiece. And he has thrown 4 of them in. That's a bet of 400,000 into a pot of 615,000. So, a sizable bet. Semi-bluffing his gut shot. Do you think Garvin starts to be worried about his kicker now?
Well, maybe so. I mean, Shershikov did raise pre-flop. I know that you can't necessarily attach a huge amount of importance to that when you're so short-handed, but if you want to be paranoid, there are some signals there. It's why I was surprised he didn't maybe check raise post-flop, because sometimes he has been playing in a way that shuts a hand down perhaps earlier than you might expect, but that feels good. It's like, I was ahead, I bet, I won, didn't get into trouble.
Although if past behaviour is any indication of future behaviour, he didn't worry about his kicker when he had a pair of kings against knee.
True.
So as Matt said, Shershikov was the pre-flop aggressor, raised it to 120,000, continued flop for 165,000, has barreled 400,000 on the turn, and once again, Garvin calls. The river card is a queen, pairing the board. Garvin has a lock on this. So Shershikov has semi-bluffed flop and turn. Will he pure bluff the river should Garvin give him the opportunity?
Yeah, that really would put Gavin to a tricky decision.
Well, Garvin has checked. He's opened the door.
Again, the tricky thing here again is trying to put him in a range of what does he open with, what does he raise with pre-flop. Once you're down to 4-handed, you know that it's so much wider. You know, from Gavin's point of view. So Shershikov comes out firing again. Here, how do you ever really feel with much confidence that you know where you are? The board pairing obviously takes away the worries about the kicker, because you now got aces and queens and you've got the jack as backup. So by rights, you should feel more confident, but when your opponent keeps being so aggressive, if Shershikov fires again here,
he's not going to give up on this.
No. And it's like a lot of the situations he got himself into. You've spent so much time and effort on this and money.
That's $1 million. That's 2/3 pot. And it's pretty much half of Garvin's stack.
It's a great move, because look how strong Gavin's hand is, but how sick will you feel in this spot? Pre-flop raiser, you checked him and he bet again on the flop. You checked him and he bet again on the turn. You've checked him on the river, and here he is putting $1 million in there. I say the queen coming on the end, though it works against him, it might be what helps him make a good decision.
So this pot is worth 2.4 million. And that's more than the player who's second on the leaderboard has right now.
Punisher says, this is getting crazy. Yeah, but it's good crazy, isn't it?
I think Garvin's in a really tough spot.
Yeah.
And the continued, consistent aggression from Shershikov has got to be what's really worrying him right now. But how much of the time is he chopping this as well? As you said, Matt, it's ace and queens, jack kicker. But what if? What if he's got the queen?
Yeah.
What if he's got ace king?
Absolutely. All these what ifs, all this paranoia. That's why it's such a great bit of timing. And it just shows you how when someone just continues to bet and bet and bet, it makes it so hard for your opponents. Doesn't matter how strong they are.
2 minutes in the tank. And we've talked a lot this week about how the pace of play in Sochi has been pretty fast, even during the last 2 days. The decision time you see on your screen now, how many times have we had to use that? Fewer than 5?
Yeah. And I think in most instances, all of the duels we've seen have been very, very legitimately understandable.
A reminder of the betting action on the screen.
Yeah, Shershikov, when you see him on the dealer button, you realise what a compelling story it is. Raise pre-flop, fired out on the turn, fired out on the flop, fired out on the turn. Again on the river. Oh, he's let it go. He's folded it. He's shown the ace and he's letting it go. Wow.
This is good.
Oh, God. And Shershikov shows the 8-9.
The bluff gets through, and it sees Pavel Shershikov receive a round of applause from the audience as he reclaims the chip lead. 80 big blinds for Shershikov. Garvin drops down to 43 big.